After a spinal cord injury, it is more difficult to exercise and to stay healthy. There are several complications after a spinal cord injury, and these include muscle loss, bones become weak, you lose control of bodily functions, such as your bladder and bowel movements. So, what you eat and drink can determine how these complications will affect your body. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below how you stay healthy. After a spinal cord injury, you are less active, so the body requires less calories because it needs less energy in order to function. Eating poorly could make you gain weight. You could get diabetes or bad cholesterol and a number of other things. People with spinal cord injuries normally experience problems with their bladder and their bowels, and a spinal cord injury makes the digestive tract work slower, so therefore it takes longer in order for your body to digest food. I'm going to give you some information on what you should and should not eat, as well as some other nutritional facts that are important to know after a spinal cord injury. The first tip is to eat 3 meals per day, and that is so that you don't overeat on 1 meal or 2 meals. Another thing that you should do is drink plenty of liquids, preferably water, because it helps digest food and it flushes your bladder out to help prevent urinary tract infections. Foods that you should not eat. Now, these are not necessarily foods that you should never eat, but just be careful that you don't, eat this stuff all the time. Foods that you should not eat are fried foods, sugary foods, salty foods, and processed foods. Now, on to the foods that you should be eating. This includes foods that have protein. So, protein reduces the chances of getting pressure sores, and it also helps heal existing pressure sores. And foods that have protein in them are meat, eggs, and beans, as well as many other foods that you can look up yourself. Another type of food that you should be eating are foods that have fiber, because fiber helps with digesting food to prevent constipation and keeps from having accidents. And these foods with fiber include fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Another food that you should be eating are foods that have calcium, because calcium helps maintain bone density and prevents osteoporosis, which is basically where your bones get brittle and they become easier to break. And foods that have calcium are dairy products and many other foods that you can look up. And also, along with calcium, you need to eat foods that have vitamin D, and because vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, so that way, your bones can get stronger. Um, the best source of vitamin D is the sun, which obviously you can't eat the sun, but you can go out there, 10 to 15 minutes a day minimum, and get vitamin D. There's also foods that you can eat that have vitamin D in them. There's too much information about what to eat and what not to eat after a spinal cord injury to cover in one video, so be sure to do your own research, and this video just gives you the basics of nutrition after a spinal cord injury. And if you're wanting to know more information, I do have links down below in the description that will give you more information about nutrition after a spinal cord injury. And be sure to know that everyone's body is different, just like every spinal cord injury is different. But with time, you will know what your body likes and what your body doesn't like, to try and prevent complications of a spinal cord injury. So be sure to let me know down in the comments below how you stay healthy and what you eat and what you don't eat and why.